It's time for another road course race as we are here for today's running of the Bank of America Roval 400 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Hello everyone, I am Rylan Webb and we welcome you to this 2.28 mile track as this event will be race number 4 of Season 2 for the NASCAR Coca-Cola Cup Series. It's tracks like these that usually bring a ton of action and we expect some crazy things to happen. And some drivers might have some trouble during this event, mainly because we have never raced at the Charlotte Roval. Back in Season 1, we did it on the oval side of the track, but not on a road course like this. Some drivers have a ton of experience at these road courses, but some others might not. But we'll have to see what will happen to all these drivers here today. But now it is time for your Mountain Dew driver headlines for today's event. The 9 of Chase Elliott is currently on top of the series as the points leader, with 3 victories in his career, including the one at Gateway in race number 3 for Season 2. And today, Chase Elliott will start off this race as the pole sitter, leading the field to the green flag here today. The 91 of Shane Van Gisbergen, however, is a guy with road course racing experience and he did very well at the Santa Rosa Beach race, getting his first victory in the series. SVG will start off 18th here today. And Brad Keselowski in the 6th car, he's very desperate for a victory ever since his win in the Daytona 500 for Season 1, while also causing some trouble with Erik Jones at Gateway, wrecking him and causing a multi-car pileup. But he will start 8th place here today. And now it is time for the command to start the engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
The engines are fired up and we are ready for some road course racing here at the Charlotte Roval. But now it is time for the Domino's starting lineup for today's event. In row 1 on the outside is the 1 of Ross Chastain and the pole sitter, the 9 of Chase Elliott. In row 2 we have the 34 of Michael McDowell and the 41 of Ryan Preece on the inside. Then in row 3 we have the 3 car of Austin Dillon and the 14 of Chase Briscoe. Coming up in row 4 we have the 6 of Brad Keselowski and the 2 of Austin Cindric. And then in row 5 we have the 24 of William Byron and the 23 of Bubba Wallace. And then in row 6 we have the 5 of Kyle Larson and the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Then in row 7 we have the 22, the Season 1 champion Joey Logano and the 21 of Harrison Burton. And then in row 8 we have the 43 of Erik Jones and the 7 of Corey Lajoie. Then in row 9 we have the 91 of Shane Van Gisbergen and the 8 car of Kyle Busch. And then in row 10 we have the 18 of John Hunter Nemechek and the 11 of Denny Hamlin. And then in row 11 we have the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. and the 20 of Christopher Bell. Then in row 12 we have the 16 of AJ Allmendinger and the 12 car of Ryan Blaney. Then in row 13 we have the 84 of Jimmy Johnson and the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Then in row 14 we have the 42 of Noah Gragson and the 31 of Justin Haley. Then in row 15 we have the 38 of Zane Smith and the 10 car of Aric Almirola. Then in row 16 we have the 48 of Alex Bowman and the 99 of Daniel Suarez. Then in row 17 we have the 54 of Ty Gibbs and the 45 of Tyler Reddick. And then in row 18 the 51 of Matt Crafton and the 17 of Chris Buescher. And finally on the final row, the 50 of Kaz Grala and the 15 of Riley Herbst in row 19. Today we have 12 laps around this 2.28 mile road course here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Forget the Charlotte Oval, we are road course racing here today as the pace truck will go down onto pit road and the green flag is in the air as Chase Elliott will take the lead on lap 1. But now here comes the 1 of Ross Chastain trying to take the lead away from Chase Elliott. That does not work as Ryan Preece, he was also trying to make a move, but it did not work as they are now coming on to lap 2 here at the Charlotte Roval. Chase Elliott, a guy with road course racing experience, as he also was the winner at Gateway. Can he get another win here today? The 9 of Chase Elliott. He is now dominating this race. Well, I spoke too soon, as the 1 of Ross Chastain will take the lead away from the 9 of Chase Elliott. But now, here comes the 34 of Michael McDowell. Michael McDowell, he'll try to take the lead away. Oh, we got cars in the wall. There goes a car over the barrier. The 22 is in it. The 23 is in it. 21 is in as well. Caution has just come out here on lap 4. What has just happened? As we're now going to take a look at the Pepsi crash replay here on lap 4. And as you can see, there's the 23. 23 hits the wall. And here comes the 22, just gets right into him, causing the 23 just get hit really hard, throws him out of the barrier. Then Joey Logano, when he hit the wall, Harrison Burton, the 21, just coming in hot, just gets right into him, causing Logano to go airborne, just going off the side of the wall. And we're going to take a look at how Bubba Wallace hit the wall right there. And you can see, it's either that his 2 front tires might have blown up, or he must have took the turn too hard. And then Bubba Wallace, his car just bounces off of Joey Logano's, and that just causes the 23 to go airborne, and Logano in the 22 is stuck in one of the areas of the turns. But thankfully these drivers are okay as they're out of the cars, and thank goodness that the AMR safety team is always out on the track keeping all these drivers safe. So Joey Logano is involved in it, so is the 21 of Harrison Burton, and Bubba Wallace, his car just goes right over the barrier into turn 1. But this is a big wreck for these 3 cars. Logano, the season 1 champion, involved in this wreck. Bubba Wallace, a driver that was involved in the big one back at Daytona and has never gotten a good finish in the series. So is the 21 of Harrison Burton, as one of these drivers have not gotten a win in the series yet, but thankfully they are okay, as now I'm being told that the red flag has come out here early on lap 4 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Because of the big wreck that happened from Bubba Wallace's car, and especially the 22 being stuck in one of the areas in the turn. But that's going to have to cause the AMR safety team to stop the track and make sure that they get Joey Logano out of that area, his car out of that area, as now there's all the drivers, all the entire field just stuck and just sitting, waiting for the yellow flag to come out so that they can get back to the green flag. But while everything is going to be cleaned up, we're going to take a real quick break, but don't go anywhere, as we will be right back for more racing here at the Charlotte Roval. You're watching the NASCAR Coca-Cola Cup Series.
Isn't it absolutely bonkers that you can walk into a store, hand someone a piece of plastic, and they will willingly hand over Reese's Cups? Forget flying cars. This is it. We're at the pinnacle. And meet Reese's distant but delicious cousins.
Refresh your senses with a kick of citrus flavor. Do the do.
Welcome back to the Charlotte Roval, as the big wreck that just happened on lap 4 is now cleaned up and the red flag has been lifted. We're going to go back to racing here for the NASCAR Coca-Cola Cup Series, as here's the M&M's leaderboard, as Michael McDowell in the 34 will lead the field back to the green flag, along with the 1 of Ross Chastain, 41 of Ryan Preece, and the 9 of Chase Elliott. And when we go back to racing, we will have only 4 laps to go here at this race in the Charlotte Roval. Who's going to win this race? As the 1 and the 34 will lead the field back to the green flag. Pace truck goes down onto pit road, and the green flag is back in the air. Restart underway at the Charlotte Roval. The 34 of Michael McDowell, with a great restart, clears the 1 of Ross Chastain to take the lead. Now they're coming on to lap 9. Can Michael McDowell win this race, or will Chastain make some moves like how he did earlier with the 9 of Chase Elliott? Here they come on the lap 10. McDowell still taking the lead as they're now single file all through the racetrack. But somebody has to make a move and take the lead to win this race. Trouble! We got cars spinning! That's the 43 of Aric Jones, the 5 of Kyle Larson, and the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Caution has just come out on lap 10 as we were getting closer to 2 laps to go. The 43, the 5, the 47, they're involved in this wreck on the backstretch. As now we're going to take a look at the Pepsi crash replay to see what had just happened between these 3. And as they were going down the back straightaway, you can see the 5, Kyle Larson, it looked like Larson went too high into the corner, causing him to get into the 47, and then he was able to turn the 43 as well. And Stenhouse just comes down onto the 43, causing him to wreck. And you can see all the drivers passing by, these 3 drivers, as they were involved in this wreck. You can see all of those drivers right behind these 3 guys, threading the needle and getting away from that wreck. So once the caution has been lifted, we will restart with only 2 laps to go. And the drivers that will lead the field to the restart will be Michael McDowell, Ross Chastain, the 9 of Chase Elliott, and the 41 of Ryan Preece. So the drivers are now out of their cars, and now they are being checked on by the AMR safety team. They are now safe out of their cars for this wreck that had just happened. 47 of Ricky Stenhouse, the 5 of Kyle Larson, and the 43 of Aric Jones, who was also involved in that multi-car pileup that happened at Gateway in the last race, where he had problems with the 6 car of Brad Keselowski. For the 2nd week in a row, he has been involved in a wreck, and it has not been a good time for that number 43 car. And also for drivers like the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and the 5 of Kyle Larson. These are drivers that have not gotten the win in the series, while the 5 of Kyle Larson and the 43 have gotten so close to winning a race. The 47 has not gotten in that position before. So we are about ready to go back to racing, as we're only going to have 2 laps of racing left. It is now time for the restart to see who wins this race. The 34 of Michael McDowell, the 1 of Ross Chastain, the 9 of Chase Elliott, and the 41 of Ryan Preece will lead the field back to the green flag to finish off this road course race. And as you can see, drivers that were involved in the accident, they are now in the garage, and we are ready to restart. Pace truck goes down on the pit road, and the green flag is back in the air as Michael McDowell will take the lead. The 1 of Ross Chastain and the 9 of Chase Elliott are right behind them, as now here comes the 1 and the 9 car, 3 wide for the lead as the 34 got into the wall. The white flag is in the air. Here comes the 34 on the outside. Here they come to the finish. They wreck, and the 34 still wins it. Michael McDowell wins his first ever NASCAR Coca-Cola Cup Series victory. As now we're going to take a look at the Zaxby's big move and finish of the race. And trust me, the sponsor is not changing anymore. And now as you can see, they were 3 wide, battling for the lead on the final lap. And the 1 of Ross Chastain just puts Michael McDowell, the 34, into the wall. The damage would not do much to the 34 car as he was able to continue. But while the 9 car was leading on the out and inside, the 34 on Michael McDowell, trying to take the lead, goes on the outside. But now the 9 and the 34 were side by side. But look what the 1 of Ross Chastain does. He bumps into the back of Chase Elliott, seeing if the 9 and the 34 were going to wreck. But it does not work, as Michael McDowell will get his first ever victory in the NASCAR Coca-Cola Cup Series. And yet, this is the same track that he was trying to get that first win. Because back in Season 1, he got wrecked by the Ford Kevin Harvick, and Kevin Harvick won the race in the Oval in Season 1. That did not get the win for Michael McDowell, but it was redemption for the 34 McDowell as he burns it down, and he wins for the first time ever in the NASCAR Coca-Cola Cup Series. Here is your finishing results for today's Bank of America Roval 400 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. McDowell gets the win, while Chase Elliott and the 1 are the runner-ups. But even though the 9 and the 34 wrecked on the final lap because of Ross Chastain, they were still able to cross the line, and Chase Elliott is now in second, and so is Ross Chastain in third place, while Michael McDowell wins this race here at the Charlotte Roval. But now here's your standings after Charlotte, and Chase Elliott is still on top of the standings, while we got some drivers that have now moved on to the top, like the 3 of Austin Dillon and the 4 of Kevin Harvick. What a race we just had here at the Charlotte Roval, as it was a big finish and a big win for the 34, celebrating his first ever victory in the NASCAR Coca-Cola Cup Series. This was a big deal for the 34, as in Season 1 in the Charlotte Oval, he got turned by the 4 of Kevin Harvick, costing him the race and costing potentially his first win, but it was redemption for the number 34 from Front Row Motorsports to finally get his first ever win. As you can see, there's all the drivers who are the runner-ups from this race, finishing right behind Michael McDowell, who wins today's race here today. He is being represented by Josh Lee, as he is the winner of the Bank of America Roval 400 winner. And we thank you guys so much for watching today's event here at the Charlotte Roval. But for our next race, we will be at another road course at Watkins Glen International for race number 5 of Season 2. And I promise you all that this race will not disappoint for Season 2. But once again, we thank you all so much for watching this road course race here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Charlotte Roval. I'm Rylan Webb, and we will see you guys next time. Signing off from the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
This stop-motion video was based on the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing and does not intend to insult or offend anyone in particular with the sport. All videos, songs, and images are owned by their respectful sources. The NASCAR Coca-Cola Racing Network would like to thank you all for the support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.